Hey there, I'm excited to share this incredible AI automation system that lets you create and publish AI videos completely on autopilot. Have you noticed those AI narrated videos getting hundreds of thousands or even millions of views? With this system, you can tap into that massive potential without any manual work after initial setup. We'll be using n8n and Docker to create a powerful automation workflow that handles everything from content generation to publishing. This automation pipeline will generate engaging video concepts, download background footage and music, create professional text overlays, combine everything into polished shorts, publish directly to YouTube, send you notifications when videos go live. The beauty of using n8n with Docker is that once configured, this system runs completely hands-free. You can generate multiple shorts daily without lifting a finger. Let me show you how to set everything up step by step. Let's begin with installing Docker Desktop. Navigate to docker.com. Click the Download Docker Desktop button. Select the appropriate version for your system. I'm choosing Windows in this demonstration. Run the installer and follow the on-screen instructions. Now that Docker is installed, let's set up n8n. Open Docker Desktop and navigate to Docker Hub. Search for n8n in the search bar. Click the Pull button to download the n8n image. Once downloaded, go to the Images tab where you'll now see n8n listed. Click the Run button to create a container from this image. Enter a port number. I recommend using the one shown in this. Create a volume mapping for persistent storage. In the highlighted red square, you'll see my folder structure for storing all paths. I recommend creating a similar structure to keep everything organized. Create a new folder named n8n on your host machine. Specify how this folder will appear inside the Docker container. Set any required environment variables for the container. Click Run to launch your container. Your n8n installation is now complete. Let's verify everything is working. Go to the Containers tab where you'll see your n8n container running. Click on the container and navigate to the Files tab. You should see the folder we created earlier now appearing inside the container. Take note of the port number. This is how you'll access your n8n instance. You can now access your n8n instance by opening a browser and navigating. I'll be skipping the customization process for n8n. You can also bypass this step if you prefer. The default settings will work fine for our purposes. After Docker finishes launching the container, you'll be redirected to the n8n homepage. On the n8n homepage, click Create Project. Select the default project template. Your basic n8n workspace is now ready to use. Before building our automation workflows, we need to enhance our Docker container by installing FFMPEG. This tool is crucial for our video processing tasks. Open Docker Desktop and navigate to the Containers tab. Find your n8n container and copy its container ID. Take the command provided in the video description and paste your container ID where indicated. Open Command Prompt or Terminal on your computer. Paste the complete command and execute it. Additionally, we need to add a custom font to the folder we created earlier. After doing this, you can go back to Docker and verify that everything is properly installed. Now we're ready to work with n8n. Open your n8n workspace. Click the three dots menu in the interface. Select the option to import a workflow. Paste the JSON file with our automation project, available in the video description. Our automation project is divided into 4 main components. 1. Content generation. The first part focuses on text generation. It creates quotes for the video content, video titles, video descriptions. All this content is automatically recorded in a Google Sheets document for organization and tracking. 2. Media collection. The second component retrieves links to videos and music from the Google Sheet, downloads these media files to our Docker container, updates the Google Sheet with storage information. 3. Video production and publishing. The third component handles the actual video creation, gathers all the previously recorded data from the Google Sheets, automatically edits and renders the video, publishes the completed video to YouTube. 4. Cleanup and notification. The final component manages post-production tasks. After successful publication, it removes the video file from Docker storage to save space, sends a success message to Telegram notifying you of completion. In case of any errors during editing, it sends an error notification to Telegram. This comprehensive workflow automates the entire process from content creation to publication with built-in error handling and notifications. The first node in our workflow is a trigger, an activator that runs on a timer. You can find and add this node manually through the n8n interface. This will be the starting point that initiates our entire automation process. Next, we have our AI agent node, which contains specific instructions for creating text content. This AI assistant is connected to an Open Router node, which we need to configure with an API key. Visit the Open Router website and register for an account. I'm already registered, so I'll skip this step, but the registration process is straightforward. Once logged in, navigate to the Keys tab. Create a new API key, copy the key, and paste it into the Open Router node in n8n. Once properly entered, you should see a green check mark indicating the connection is working correctly. Connecting to Google Sheets API. Now we need to set up the Google Sheets API connection for storing our data. Find and open Google Cloud Console in your browser. Register for an account if you don't have one already. The process is simple. Navigate to the APIs section, then Credentials. Click Create Credentials. Select Web Application as the application type. Specify your redirect URL. You can find this in n8n. Click Create to generate your API key. Copy both your client ID and secret key. Paste them into the corresponding fields in n8n's n. Before authorizing with your Google account, you need to add yourself as a test user. Go to the OAuth Consent Screen tab. Find the Test Users section and click Add Users. Enter your email address and save the changes. Now you can authorize through the Google account you want to use for the connection. Once authorized, you've successfully connected your Google API. Don't forget to create your own Google Sheet for the workflow. The connection is already set up, but you'll need your own sheet to store data. I'll name my connection Test for this demonstration. If you're using this template, make sure to update all Google Sheets references to point to your own sheet to ensure everything works properly. We'll need to create a Google Sheet with 3 separate tabs to organize our workflow. Video tab. This will contain a column for YouTube video links that you want to use as background footage in your editing, a status column to track progress, an internal path column to store file locations, audio tab. Similar structure, YouTube links to music tracks you want to use in your videos, status column, internal path for file storage, text tab. This will store all text content, title description, quote, which we generated previously, status column, additional utility columns, setting up sheet connections. Once your Google Sheet is created, you'll need to select it throughout your n8n workflow, specifying the appropriate tabs for each node. After the AI Assistant node we discussed earlier, our workflow continues. A code node that I called Separator, it processes the text output of our AI Assistant and extracts exactly what we need. A cleaner node, it removes special characters and symbols that can cause errors in our automation. A Google Sheets node, it writes all the content generated by our AI assistant to the appropriate Google Sheet tabs. Our second automation segment starts with a timer node. This acts as the trigger that runs the entire process at scheduled intervals. You can set it to run hourly, daily, or whatever schedule works for your content production needs. Next, we connect two Google Sheets nodes. The first one pulls information from the video tab of our spreadsheet, while the second retrieves data from our audio tab. These nodes gather all the links we need for our content. After that comes the limit node, an important control point. I'll set the maximum limit to just one, which means only one video link will be processed at a time. This prevents our system from getting overwhelmed and ensures stable performance. Then we have the name generator node, the download node. This node handles downloading all our video and audio materials directly into our Docker container. You'll need to input three important pieces of information here: your file name, folder name, and the content URL. Finally, our Google Sheets update node records everything back into our spreadsheet. This node keeps track of what's been downloaded, where it's stored, and its current status. Just follow along with what I'm showing in the video for this configuration. Perfect. We've successfully completed the media collection workflow. Now we can find our downloaded video file ready for editing in our storage folder. In my case, it's in a folder called Test1 that was created by our name generator. You should also see this file appearing in your Google Sheet with updated status information. Now, let's move on to the third part of our automation system, the video editing process. This workflow starts with another timer node that triggers the editing process at scheduled intervals. Next comes a Google Sheets node that retrieves data with completed status from our video tab. This ensures we only process files that have been successfully downloaded. After that, we have a selector node that picks the specific row we need to work with. Then we have a similar sequence for our audio files. The text retrieval node works a bit differently. It fetches content with a status of 0 from our text tab, indicating text that hasn't been used yet. We then add a limit node to control processing volume, followed by a random file selector node. This node is especially useful if you've set your limit higher than 1, as it helps choose which file to process first. Next comes a random ID generator node that creates unique identifiers for each video project. One of our most important nodes is the code node called FFMPEG Draw Text Block. This is where you can set parameters for your video editing, such as font style, font size, text positioning, and other visual elements. Then we have our main editing node that combines video, audio, and text into a finished video file. Finally, we add an IF node that serves as our error checking system. If there's any problem during the editing process, it will send a notification to your Telegram account. If everything completes successfully, the workflow continues to the next stage. Next, we'll set up the Create YouTube Link node, which requires YouTube API configuration. Navigate to the same Google Cloud Console where we set up our Google Sheets API. Follow the same process, but select YouTube API instead. Create new credentials specifically for YouTube access. Copy your API key and paste it into the n8n YouTube connection. Once configured correctly, your YouTube API connection is ready to use. I'll rename my YouTube API connection to Test for this demonstration. The next node is Read-Write Files from Disk. This is straightforward. Configure the paths exactly as shown in the video. This node lets us access our final video file. You can also use it to preview your short before uploading. Now for the crucial Upload Video node. Connect it to your YouTube API, the one I renamed to Test. Copy all settings exactly as shown in the video. This node handles the entire upload process automatically. When I run this node, perfect. Our short has been successfully uploaded to YouTube. Google Sheets, Update node. This records all results. Video status, YouTube link, etc. Let's configure it according to our sheet structure. File Cleanup node. This removes the video from Docker after successful publication, prevents your storage from filling up with completed videos. These final triggers send Telegram notifications, one for success, one for errors. Setting up Telegram notifications. To create our Telegram notification system, find at botfather in Telegram. Send the command /newbot. Choose a name for your bot. Copy the provided API key, paste it into n8n's Telegram node. We also need our chat ID, message at getIDbot in Telegram. It will respond with your chat ID. Copy this ID into the n8n configuration. Perfect. Now you'll receive notifications whenever a video is successfully published or if any errors occur during the process. With that, our complete automation workflow is set up and ready to run. Your system will now automatically create and publish shorts to YouTube without any manual intervention. And that's it. We've successfully built a complete AI video automation system that creates and publishes shorts without any manual intervention. The complete automation workflow file is available in the video description for you to download and implement right away. Subscribe to the channel for more advanced automation tutorials coming soon. I'll be sharing even more exciting and powerful automation solutions that can transform your content creation process.